So this question is a translate word problem question. We know that immediately because of the length of the question. We use the translate word problem strategy whenever the question is 4 or more lines long, so 4+ lines long. And all it really means to use the strategy is that we don't want to read the entire question before looking at the answer choices. Instead, we want to read a bit at a time, definitely making sure to write down any quantitative information, hence the translation part, so that by the end of the question, we don't have to go back and reread to extract information out. So the question says, a psychologist set up an experiment to study the tendency of a person to select the first item when presented with a series of items. All right, so that should make sense. It's pretty straightforward. We have an experiment going on. The next sentence says, in the experiment, 300 people were presented with a set of 5 pictures. All right, so here's our first bit of quantitative data. So we have 300 people. Obviously, we have 5 pictures. Okay. Each person was asked to choose the most appealing picture. So that's the experiment. Of the first 150 participants, right? So out of this 300, the first 150, 36 chose the first picture in the set. So 36 chose first pick. Among the remaining 150, so the other 150 participants, P people chose the first picture. So P, first pick. If more than 20% of all participants chose the first picture. Okay, so all participants is 300 people. 20% of 300 is equal to 0.20 times 300, which is equal to 60. So the question is saying more than 60 people chose. So based upon what I have here, 36 from the first 150 and P from the second 150, and the fact that I know that 60, more than 60 chose the first picture altogether, then I have an equation that says P plus 36 is greater than 60. All right, let's keep reading. So if more than 20% of all participants chose the first picture in the set, which of the following inequalities best describes the possible values of P? All right, well, I kind of already found something here. But when I look at my answer choices, I don't see exactly this. I do see P plus 36 is greater than, so is greater than 0.2 times 300. So that actually does work, right? Because the 60 came from, if you remember, it came from multiplying 0.2 times 300. And then the only other thing is that, let's see, P is less than or equal to 150. Well, that has to be true, right? Because all of these say that, which means the second half of this answer choice doesn't matter so much to me. And that also means that choice D must be the correct answer because it coincides with what we translated from reading the question. So that's the power of translation. I don't really need to go over A, B, or C too much. I'm really just looking for what matches to what I already found via my understanding of the question itself.